Touch TV, inspiring the world.
All right, welcome back to Touch TV, and of course, right here on Shadows of Power, we are having these conversations that matter to the common mwananchi. We are talking about politics, governance, and matters of national interest. My name is Tobiko Timothy, and of course, right here today, we are glad to have yet another very special guest. And of course, being a youthful guest, he is one of the most outspoken leaders back there in the Nyanza region. We are talking about a constituency by the name Karachuonyo. Karachuonyo is a constituency in Homa Bay County, and it is headed by an MP who is known by most of the people, but our guest will tell us more about Karachuonyo and of course the politics around Karachuonyo constituency and why he is going to vie for that position of the parliamentary seat in Karachuonyo coming to 2027. Karibu sana Bwana Felix.
Thank you.
Obuya.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Touch TV Studios. Thank you for making time to be with us. And we are in these conversations to do with national politics and of course the politics that are happening in the country. So far so good. And let me just hit you with this. Why do you want to become an MP? And yet we already know from the status quo we have a very long-standing member of parliament, though he has been there for 2 terms, and from the history he's been vying for this position for decades.
That's true.
Are you ready to battle it out with the one and the only,
let's
say the shortest MP in Kenya
and the oldest
and the oldest MP?
Don't forget about that.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you see, for me, I believe it is in my DNA to be an MP.
Okay.
It's the blueprint of my purpose here on earth, to liberate my people from the shackles of poverty and unemployment, and bad governance. You see, in our constituency, many people do not enjoy the benefits of the taxes they're paying or the benefits of devolution. Like in Karachuonyo, we are the second. Actually, in my market, it's called Nyakwere market. We are the second market, the second paying tax market in the whole county. But you see, the governor does not develop our constituency as she does in Homa Bay town or other parts of the county. So I want to put our people first. That's why So
you are saying like Karachuonyo is being alienated from development projects?
Yes.
By the county government.
By the county government.
But we have leaders from Karachuonyo.
And even the national government led by the MP, you see, is not bringing tangible development in Karachuonyo.
Because you've mentioned quite a number of issues right there.
Yes.
Talking about unemployment. And when we talk about unemployment, we are talking about the youths,
the
majority. And we are talking about other projects. We are talking about the health sector, education, infrastructure, roads, and whatnot.
Yes.
The MP and the leaders within Homa Bay, Karachuonyo constituency, are they not doing enough? Or what is the situation?
Like the last time I saw the MP in the area is when there was the floods that happened early in the year.
But we've had in the area.
In the area.
Or because we've had the devolution conference. It was done in Homa Bay town.
But that's in Homa Bay town in Homa Bay constituency. And now this is Karachuonyo.
Oh yeah.
He rarely visits. He only comes once in a while to show goodwill by bringing some food that's actually been donated by World Food Organization or other organizations. It doesn't take part or in the procurement or purchase of this particular set of items by the county, by the NGCDF money. He rides on the back of other donors. But you see, if you go to even my ward, we have dispensaries that have no medicine. The medical system, the healthcare center has been overtaken by private sector because of why? We have no doctors, no well-trained doctors to do what? To treat people. So patients seek for help in private sectors, which are very expensive. Now I want to bring these facilities back to operational. Like we have Obuya dispensary, then we have Chowe dispensary. They are no longer operational. If you go there, you will never find drug or other sort of benefits, or even trained doctors.
Okay.
You will queue there for a very long time.
Well, just to cut you short,
Okay.
You are getting into this politics of Karachuonyo, and we are talking about mashinani politics.
It's mashinani.
And of course, we have the sitting MP. Just remind me his name.
It's called Mr. Andrew Adipo Okume.
Adipo is the name. And of course, we know Mr. Adipo has been there for quite some time. We have other political leaders and politicians vying the same or eyeing the same seat. But you are coming in as a youth.
Yes, it's
and
a fresh
new
energy. Yes.
into this political position in your constituency. And don't you think or you know what are you prepared for in the build up of these 2027 elections, because we have these leaders around already, and you are coming in as a youth into the politics of Karachuonyo.
You see, I'm prepared. I know the journey is going to be long and tough, but then the youth themselves are ready for change.
Okay.
And actually, they're the one proposing that their fellow youths to take up leadership positions to help them drive their agenda. You see, we have been led by old people over time. Our leaders have been very old people. We have been made to believe that old people are more experienced, and that there are people who knows what to do. But then we have understood that that's incorrect.
All right.
Because then these people does not even care about the state of the people they're leading. They have zero touch with these people. They don't come to mashinani. They don't know the problems these people are facing. But for us youths in this generation, in this time of time and event, we know what we are going through, and we are ready to tackle the issues that we are undergoing.
Yes.
Head on, and the youths are also prepared to take part in change and in leadership.
Because we are talking about the youths coming into the leadership of and the whole perspective and the leadership and the governance of the country. What is this position, or what are the youths doing to make sure that they take these positions right now, and have these leaders who have been there for quite some time now listen to them, or just take up these positions?
It's actually youths are doing very much right now than people are seeing. You see, for me specifically, and other people, we have started to recruit people that are going to drive the voter registration and mobilization that the IBC has announced that will begin on 29th of September.
Yes.
So youths are going to mobilize their fellow counterpart to register for leadership, as voters first.
Okay.
Then they are going to mobilize their youthful leaders, because these youths are in other groups, other social forums, which have their leaders. Comes the election, then these leaders, they will, when the general election comes, these people will combine, will gather together and form alliances, and they are going to support themselves in the forthcoming general elections to ensure that they have a proper representation. Because you know what?
Yes.
We have realized that the career leaders, the career politicians that have been placed, they just lie to the youth every time that vote for us, we will do this, and do. But we have never seen those fruits trickling down. The youth now have decided to be there themselves and witness this change and effectuate this change themselves with the people from up there to the grassroots level.
Well, being a youth, and of course being very vocal on matters youthful leadership in the country, and of course right there in Karachuonyo constituency, do you have any historical background on matters politics in Karachuonyo? And maybe you are getting into this space for the first time, I guess.
Yes.
And into this top position. What does that mean for you as a youth? Yes.
Well, it's something very special to me, because then I'm experimenting this thing firsthand as a first timer and as a winner, because I believe in myself.
Okay.
Well, there are challenges that will be involved. But then I have experienced people. You see, as I told you, I'm consolidating a team right there.
Okay.
That are going to help me in mobilizing voters and campaigners and social leaders and influencers across the constituency that are going to assist me or are going to work with me hand in hand in developing and bringing our people together towards this general election.
Okay.
It seems tough, but it is much easier because then we're in a digital era where communication is very easy. Then we have people who are literate. Most youths and even our mothers, and they're very literate. They went to school, so they will be able to understand the problems that are facing right now. And actually, my ideologies and their needs or what they want, they integrate together.
Okay.
So my agenda for the election and the needs of the Karachuonyo constituents are like one thing. So I believe that I'm going to integrate them very well with them, and they're going to buy my agendas and ideologies that I'm going to use to win this election.
Well, we have alliances forming up.
Yes.
And of course, you're talking about forming alliances with the youth in Karachuonyo and other entities. We are talking about women in Karachuonyo and other people in Karachuonyo. Are you maybe looking into getting into these alliances with the non-political figures around the area, getting into the politics of party politics? Like, Karachuonyo is known for a Nyanza region.
Yeah, it's
ODM zone.
Yeah.
And you're coming in as a youth.
Yes.
And you know your position as a youth, and you know the people who are there.
Exactly.
In party politics in Karachuonyo. How are you going to maneuver around?
You see, for me, I'm ODM by blood.
All right.
But then I'm offering myself as a candidate for the people.
Okay.
And not as an ODM candidate.
All
I'm
right.
a candidate of the people. We are going to battle the ODM ticket nomination.
All right.
In a case that I don't win the nomination, but I'm going to present myself there as a candidate of the people.
All right.
Actually, in the forthcoming week, I should or month, I should be meeting with Raymond Omolo. He comes from our constituency.
PS.
Yes, the PS. Because I'm introducing myself through him and other leaders in Karachuonyo. Then we have our MCA, Mr. Kolela, whose campaigner is my uncle.
All right.
So that's also one of my entry points.
Right.
And also our previous MCA, who is my uncle. So
you're talking a lot about your uncles and how connected you are. Does it mean you have background with these people in this political party called ODM? And
well, you see, things are much more intertwined than they seem.
all right.
Yeah. So with these backgrounds,
Does that mean that you being connected with these people will make it easier for you a little bit, or it's just an entry point to party politics of ODM?
It's a positioning issue.
Okay.
You position yourself as this particular lead. You see,
Alright.
I don't want to position myself as an ODM.
Okay.
But I want to position myself as a person who believes to put Karachuonyo first.
All right.
Then from there, we see the matter of ODM. I might come even with Safina Party or UDA, because then I want to meet President Ruto as well.
All right.
To sell my agenda for Karachuonyo, because then I believe in a development plan that is put, especially in Omabi County.
Let's talk about ODM and UDA,
Right.
just as you've mentioned.
Yes.
Right there. There's this marriage between ODM and UDA through the broad-based government.
Yes.
And we have dissenting voices in this combination.
Yes.
Before we come back to your positioning as an aspirant to Karachuonyo, what does that mean to you, being an ODM member? You are a registered member?
I'm a
Because
registered
we
member
have
of
people
ODM.
who say that they are ODM and they are just voters.
Yeah.
But you confirm that you are a member of ODM.
I'm a registered member of ODM. I registered in 2017.
All right.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Because we have dissenting voices within ODM party. We are talking about people like Edwin Sifuna. We are talking about people like Caleb Amisi of Saboti, Babu Wino of Embakasi East in Nairobi. And you being within that political side of politics, that alliance, what does that mean to you? Or what do you think of it? Because, the dissenting voices are getting louder and louder each and every day.
You see, good thing with ODM is that the D in ODM means democracy. Yeah,
Yes.
democratic movement. ODM allows its members to voice their grievances, their challenges, their issues without being discriminated or being without being disciplinary action being taken against them.
All right.
However, it's unfortunate because then the party has already spoken. We have the position of the party, and you see,
what is the position of the party?
The position of the party is that they have merged with UDA. They're supporting the government till 2027.
Yes,
they have a marriage with the UDA. That's the position of the party, to support the government till 2027. And you see, the party's SG is part of the team that proposed the position of the party, and is the person who speaks the position of the party, and it's the same person who is dissenting the loudest. Then we will say that it's time as SG and ODM has come and should get out, because then you cannot contradict yourself. Yesterday the party met, the National Executive Council met,
yes,
and the SG was there. And this SG is the same person who has joined other people, and they're forming a party, something called Kenya Moja.
All right.
And now you imagine, you wonder what's going on with this person. Then we could deduce that then the SG is serving its own personal interest rather than serving the party's interest.
Well, Kenya Moja, in this instance, is not an official thing. It's just a faction of politicians seen to be talking some or driving some narrative away from the status quo that we know. Yes. Because we have the broad-based and we have the the united opposition led by Rigathi Gachagua and his team, and of course that is known that those are leaders with their political parties. But the united opposition, a name given by Kenyans definitely, or the third force as they call themselves sometimes, it's not a registered thing. So it's not something like you will say these are people now alienating themselves into another political outfit or party away from ODM and UDA, for the likes of Gathoni Wamuchombo of UDA. Yeah, but these are members of ODM and UDA.
That's how parties forms. That's how it begins. It doesn't just shift from somewhere. It starts from somewhere. It's a process.
All right.
They come together. There's a faction like-minded. Then the next thing you see, they've sent their letter to the commission,
all right,
of political parties that are registering this party as official party.
All right.
However, that's good because it's allowed in Kenya. We are in a multi-party democracy. However, as a SG of a ODM, you cannot contradict the statement of the party unless you resign. Then you are allowed to do whatever befits you. You see, that's the problem that Kenya is undergoing. We are like our laws are very shrewd.
Okay.
You see, when Raila, his official name, went against Ford Kenya,
all right,
as an MP of Kibra, what did he do? He resigned as a member of Ford Kenya. Then he resigned as a member of MP in Kibra.
All right.
He came up with another party. And then he vied as a member of Kibra MP, and he won. That's what should be done.
Okay.
As a dissenting voice in a party.
But people are not taking that side. The people you are talking about are the
They're
people
not.
in the opposition. I mean the Third Force Alliance, or Kenya Moja for that matter. But these are people who have been loyal to the party over time, but now they don't agree with what is happening within the party or the position the party is taking. Does it mean that if you don't agree with the position the party is taking, are you an alien within the party?
No, you are not an alien.
Are you supposed to be forced out?
You are not supposed to be forced out. But then if you don't agree to that extent, that means you are no longer in relationship with this party. But when the party does not speak the voice you are speaking,
all right,
then that means that's how Raila left his party. Because he saw that the party does not serve its functions that is described in the constitution. You see, that's what happened. However,
yes,
these people, their dissent is understandable. You see, the party leader is getting old. With the 2027 election, and his capacity to vie is not that clear. these people are trying to make a name for themselves comes 2027, because then these people have been riding on the name of ODM, riding the name of ODM and Raila, but now they're trying to form their own base. They want to stand out as individual persons.
Okay.
They want to be supported as an individual politician, not as a party politician.
All right.
Which then is also a good step. However, it's a step in bad faith.
Why do you think it is in bad faith, and yet these people are still within the party?
That's why,
especially the SG, who has a very powerful position within the party, who is speaking for the party. He's the PR manager of the party.
Yes.
He is the secretary general, and Raila Amolo Odinga's position is supporting or being in the broad-based government up until 2027.
It's the party's position, not Raila Amolo's position. It is the party's position.
Raila Amolo Odinga is the party leader
but
of ODM.
But the party makes decision in a committee.
So whichever the case,
thank you.
Raila Amolo Odinga is
and
supporting
this party. And this party
ODM is supporting UDA, or is in a marriage with UDA up until 2027.
Yes.
That is what Raila is talking about, and his followers, or let me not use the word followers, because it is a very large word.
Yeah.
We are talking about MPs who are supporting the broad-based government.
Yeah.
That is a different position, and we have this other position where we have Edwin Sifuna and the likes, Caleb Amisi and Babu Wino, and the rest within the ODM party, Anthony Kibagendi, talking a different or driving a different narrative within the broad-based government. Is this not Raila Amolo Odinga trying to have a double chance in 2027 politics?
But Raila has been known to be a screwed politician. Whatever his intention, not known right now, will manifest in 2027.
Because up until now, we can clearly confirm that we don't know whether Raila Amolo Odinga will vie in 2027.
That's true.
And from the look of things, we have a Raila Amolo Odinga who is in the government, and we have a Raila Amolo Odinga who is out of the government.
Yes.
So what does that mean within the politics of ODM and maybe the whole broad-based government? Because in the broad-based government, we also have President Dr. William Ruto with his UDA battalion.
You see, what people doesn't know very well what Raila did by joining the government is that he did not join the government for political reasons. Raila joined the government because then he felt that his backyard, his Nyanza battalion, his home, his roots have been sidelined by the previous government for a long time. So Raila wanted to bring development in his backyard, and as you have seen for the last 2 years, President has really tried to develop Nyanza, which is not a bad thing, because then that region has suffered from the hands of other presidents. Raila saw that is aging up, and people will see that he did not help them.
Okay.
Now Raila saw there's an opportunity to bring projects, bring development in his home. So he joined the government. He joined the government to lure development projects in his home area, and we have seen that's working. We've seen the development of Homa Bay Stadium, roads in Homa Bay, Kisumu, Mamboleo, Kisumu na Mamboleo. The A1 road has been dual carriageway. Then we have a stadium being built in Siaya and even other parts of the country. And that's something that was not seen before. That's what Raila did by joining the government for political purposes.
You are bringing in the issue of Raila joining the government, and we are realizing development projects in the Nyanza region.
Yes.
We have leaders, we have MCAs, we have governors, we have MPs, just like the rest of the regions.
Yes.
Are they not working before Raila came into the government?
Well, they were working. You see, we have devolution, and devolution has very specific roles for counties.
All right.
Other roles are being done by the national government, like tamaking of roads. County can only tarmac a very small kilometer. Most county roads are marammed, if you know that.
Okay.
Yeah, so tamaking of a road cannot be achieved by a county government. That's why we bring in national government, and that's what Raila tried to do. Otherwise, even health center is devolved.
All right.
Health facilities.
Because the health ministry is involved, the whole of it.
Yes. But then there are other functions that are not devolved. Only part of health are devolved. You see, because we have other hospitals that are national hospitals.
Yes.
So in these hospitals, like the Russia, the Jaramogi Teaching and Referral Hospital,
in Kisumu,
that the management or the operational cost of that hospital cannot be met by the county government. But you see, right now it has been upgraded to national hospital. That's why that's the only sense of Raila joining the government. He didn't. You see, he's losing popularity. Something that Raila will not do in his prior or in his prime time. Actually, in his prime, Raila would have used this opportunity to overthrow the government if something like that exists, or to cause an economic shutdown. But then he saw it fit for the Kenyans to stabilize the government. But you see, people don't see the importance of Raila joining the government. People just see it as a betrayal. But then the country was also doing what? Going down. From the 24th June of 2024 and 2025.
We are talking about the Gen Z revolution.
Yes, Gen Z revolution.
That came in. But previously, we had the 2023
NADCO
skirmishes a little bit. Just that is after the 2022 general elections. We had some demonstrations here and there, and they went down for a while after the Gen Z picked up a very big revolution because of the Finance Bill 2024 in June. And we have Raila Amolo Odinga and his experts joining the government after the Gen Z revolution.
Yes.
Was that not a betrayal to the Gen Zs? Because the whole issue was about Gen Zs in 2024. And the people benefiting from the Gen Zs is Raila Amolo Odinga and his team.
You see, Tobiko.
Yes,
sorry. Gen Zs were given the opportunity to represent themselves in the government. Gen Zs said they were leaderless and they were tribeless. Not even single Gen Z stood up to say that they are a leader of the Gen Z, because then also they feared that they would be blackmailed or branded the traitor thing, right? So the president gave Gen Z a chance, and not even once, many times he called Gen Zs for a meeting. Gen Z did not show up most of the time, because then their ideologies, their agendas were not together, like they are not matching. Gen Z said we want
the Gen Zs were very clear on what they want.
Yes, they were very clear.
Governance, to be straightforward, good governance. They were calling up for good governance. They were calling out these taxes onto them, because they actually were talking about for their parents who are being taxed, because most of the Gen Zs are students in school. We have Gen Zs who are just out of school, So Gen Zs were very clear on what they want. They want good governance in the country. Yes.
But you see, Gen Zs were very clear on what they wanted. But you see, good governance does not start from the president. It starts from the MCA. Then we have to reflect what are the MCAs doing in their wards. Then we climb to the MPs. And you see, the problem is not even with the president. The problem is with the MPs. That's where the issue is. Because then the MPs are the people who oversight the executive. If we can put the MPs in order, then you expect the executive to behave properly. Like the 208, the 208 parliament. It was the 11th parliament. The one is ranked as the best parliament ever, because the MPs were doing their job in oversighting, and they had a speaker. It was Kenneth Marende. He was bipartisan, and he was leading his troop with very good governance and direct orders. You see, if we can have that right now, Ruto has seen a challenge in the parliament. Then he has now used that opportunity to do what? To use bad governance on the Kenyans. Now the issue is the parliament, not even the president, because the president is the presidency is one of the weakest position in power.
Well, the weakest position, but yet again, it's the most is the most powerful person in the country.
Yes, seems so.
All right.
But it's the weakest according to the Kenyan constitution. Because almost these all decisions, they come from the parliament. The parliament has to approve most of the presidential decisions.
Well, just hold a bit right there, and of course we are here, and the conversation is getting very, very, very hot right here on Shadows of Power. And of course it's only here on Touch TV where we have such conversations, and of course trying to get to the perspective of the whole of governance and leadership in the country, and in Kenya actually. And of course we are having a conversation with an aspiring member of parliament for Karachuonyo constituency. We are talking about Mr. Felix Obuya. Mr. Felix Obuya coming in from Karachuonyo constituency, and of course being very bold on youthful leadership and all that matters to the youth in terms of governance and leadership in the country. And Mr. Felix,
Yes.
you've just talked about the MPs and Mr. President Dr. William Ruto and the whole issue about the leadership relationship between the presidency and the parliament and all that. That is the conversation we want to have right now. We have the president calling out to the MPs, and definitely you will be an MP one day.
Yeah, hopefully.
And the president called out to the MPs and the Senate, the parliament in generality, to be a very corrupt entity.
True.
Is parliament corrupt?
Parliament is corrupt. But the biggest beneficiary of corruption is the president himself. He has seen that MPs have outlived their usefulness. When they were impeaching Rigiji,
Okay.
Mr. President bribed MPs. Mr. President has bribed MPs so many times.
You are saying Mr. President, Mr.
President
Ruto
Ruto,
bribed the MPs.
so many
Do
times.
you have anything to show that?
There are evidence in the public domain.
Like what kind of evidences? Because you are alleging the president was,
Yes, I'm saying, I'm not alleging. We have MPs who can corroborate this.
all right,
MPs who received the cash.
all right.
They can corroborate what I'm trying to say right now. And even, you see, when the president when the president was elected, the first thing he did was what? To buy MPs. Then why was he buying
What do you mean buying the MPs?
He bought MPs from opposition to join his alliance. Do you think those MPs joined the president's faction for free?
We are talking about the broad-based.
Not the broad base. 2022. He brought the MPs who are in Azimio, the Wiper MPs, some of the Wiper MPs and other parties.
All
the
right.
small parties were in Azimio.
All right.
Because the Azimio in entirely was the majority coalition. But you see, the president cannot work, or the executive cannot work.
Okay.
Oh, well, it seems that it cannot work when they are the minority, because then the majority leader does what? He sends the government bills to parliament, right?
Of course.
But you see, government bills cannot pass when the president's side is in the minority.
The minority.
Now the president needed other few MPs to be in the majority, which is a very bad thing, because then if a bill is good, it will pass whether the president is the minority or his team is in the majority.
Yes.
That's what Kenya lacks. We lack ethical leaders.
All right.
We lack leaders with integrity.
Okay.
We only have leaders who only care about themselves their resources and their stomach or their children. That's the problem facing. And I'm telling you, MPs have no money. That's why they're corrupt. MPs are broke. Actually, MPs take a lot of loan.
We have the SRC.
Yes.
And we have the revised salaries for
Salaries for
MPs, and each and every time the MPs, the issue of salaries of MPs, you talking about them being broke, the issue of MPs coming up, the issue of salaries of MPs coming up, it always gets Kenyans surprised and in jitters. Like, these people are really taking a lot of money, talking about the allowances they're given and talking about the amount of money they have.
You see, the problem with Kenyan politics is the expectation from the people. People expect much that the MPs cannot get, right? MP salary is about 1.5 million gross. That's plus allowances.
Oh, of course.
But then these MPs, they must be in a certain social order. The MPs are expected to have cars. Well,
they are given cars.
They are given cars
by the government.
So
we don't expect you, or you are entitled to a mortgage.
Yes, a mortgage.
Yes.
Which you pay for.
Of course.
You see, the problem is that the social status of the political nature in Kenya, it demands that an MP or a politician must live in a certain neighborhood or in a certain lifestyle. So this lifestyle costs a lot, making these MPs to be broke. And by the way,
so the MPs are living to the expectations of their constituents.
Exactly.
And an MP is supposed to be living in Karen, in
Karen,
so the MP, with all these expectations and his situation, goes to live in Karen just because the constituents expect that.
Because the social nature of the country expects that.
Is there any problem when an MP lives in somewhere affordable and lives in his constituency? Is there a problem?
You see, economically, there's a problem. Because then the Kenyans are suffering economically. When an MP lives in an area that is encompassed by other people, that MP will not live in peace.
What are you purporting, Mr. Felix? Because it means that when you are going to get this parliamentary seat for Karachuonyo, you are not going to live within the...
For me, I live in the village. I'll only come in Nairobi when there are sittings. That is on Tuesday and Thursday.
That is a very strong point you are putting out there.
Or
because
when
you are saying the MP is not supposed or is expected to live within the rich suburbs.
Exactly. I'm just saying the truth. You should not be misconstrued. Or you should not be misquoted. What I'm trying to say is that we need to change that politics, right?
All right.
Of expecting an MP to have such a lot of money. We know we have CDF and CDF, which is causing a lot of trouble right now.
And we'll talk about the CDF and Raila Amolo Odinga because he has a very big problem with the CDF so far so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you also know that MP doesn't have budget except for the CDF.
Exactly.
Which makes MPs have no control of the money in the constituency.
Yes.
But then the expectation of the constituents are much more monetary than any other expectation. You know that, right? So that's the problem with the Kenyan leadership. We don't know where to go in case of something happens. People goes to just say we have a leader that needs to help us, which is also true. Leaders needs to help the people, but then there are proper channels. Plus, there are other things that I could speak of that we could say, like people are also not that much aware of the programs that the government is having. Like, we have a lot of programs that fund the youth.
Okay.
Like the National Youth Council of Kenya has a lot of programs under it that youth can get money from. But the youths are not informed about those.
Okay.
Now those are the problems that Kenyans are facing right now. But if we go back to the MP's issue, MP's roles are three. That is representation, legislature, and oversight.
And the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, party leader of ODM,
yes,
and has been very vocal about that.
Yeah.
And the MPs are dissenting that.
I am also dissenting that issue
of legislation, representation, and oversight, because that is what is stipulated in the constitution.
Yes.
Why are the MPs revolting that?
MPs also passed an act, NGCDF Act, so it's also in the constitution.
Because while we are following the constitution, and this act of parliament is brought in and gives the fund to the MPs through the NGCDF.
Yes.
But we are talking about devolution and bringing these development projects to the people in grassroots. That is well done by the governors through devolution. And we have the MPs to oversight the national government. And the bone of contention here is who is oversighting these MPs, because we've had corruption scandals each and every time within the CDF and constituency levels. And however much we have the Auditor General, we are not really having a lot of these MPs brought to book.
You see, Raila is right and is wrong at the same time, because there's a lot of money going to counties. It's right at the moment, it's 35% of the national budget.
Okay.
But you see, the counties are siphoning this money for themselves. The governors, actually, there's much more corruption in county level than in MP level, in constituency level.
Okay.
The money that we are losing, the money that we are losing, even yesterday there was if you add the impeachment of the governor Karachuonyo, he spent 375,000 for a public address, which only had a two speaker and a car for one day. Look at that level of embezzlement of funds.
Well, those allegations were not voted for because the impeachment motion did not reach that level.
It might not be voted for, but they're the facts. You see, for sometimes facts does not take the upper stone way, but the facts remains to be facts. Whether you vote for it or you don't vote for it, what we know that the governor embezzled funds and it can be proven. However, the senators did not vote for the proposed impeachment.
The senators did not find whether those allegations were true or not true. So we cannot establish really in this conversation whether the MP really, because the senators did not confirm that, and they were in that litigation position to determine whether those allegations were not. But nonetheless, there's this conversation about corruption in the counties. Yes,
there's a lot of corruption in the counties. By the way, you see, if you go to the counties, and if you compare the amount of development that has been done by the NGCDF as compared to the development done in the counties, the NGCDF overweights the development done by the counties.
So it's a competition of who is more corrupt.
That's a competition
between the counties and the national government.
Corruption is a disease that must be rooted. But you see, people who are trying to fight the corruption are the people who are corrupt themselves. So it's something that's going to take a while. What I'm saying is that MPs are doing much more development than the governors. The governors cannot be added this money, because then they will have so much. Imagine the amount they have right now. They're still emboldening it. What about if they get extra money, extra 200 million? The bursaries that are offered by the MPs are much more compared to the bursaries offered by the counties. The schools built by the NGCDF are much more than the school built by the governor's kitty fund.
So in a nutshell, are you for the restructuring of these roles of the MPs? Because, well, it is clearly stipulated in the constitution the roles of an MP. And you know what? The NGCDF is not tagged in as one of the roles of the MPs.
But you see, that role
in the constitution,
that role was assumed because of the expectation of the citizens, of the constituents. You see, in the hierarchy of leadership.
So how are we going to handle this?
You see, in the hierarchy of leadership, the first person people goes to is an MP in a case of need. Not even MCA. Not even governor, because governors are not even that reachable. So that fund was established solely to help the people, because then people were running to MPs for development, for social support, for other issues, and the MPs did not have a specific fund allocated for those. That means they were using their own money to assist or to channel developments or whatsoever, or they were lobbying, and the people or the architects of the NDCDF saw it fit that because the MPs are the cornerstone or the backbone of the counties. MPs actually are the cornerstone are the backbone of the government. So they saw it fit that the MPs need some allocation to help drive the agendas of their constituencies or help their constituents in terms of free. And by the way, you can even ask area MP the number of people who visits him per day, or the number of letters or the forms that they receive per day for assistance, let alone development. Students who are not going to school, people who have died in the villages. It's so much. And not even, it's the MP, that's one of the major things that MPs deals with. Now imagine if this money is, they take away this money, and these people are going to suffer, of course, because then governors are not reachable. Governors are up there in the county. They rarely come here to the grassroots level. And the MCS does not have the capacity. The MCS salary is 188,000.
All right,
Mr. Felix, their budget. Let me finish.
You've really defended. All right,
their budget. They were supposed to they proposed the ward fund. I don't know if it's there.
It doesn't exist.
Now MCS does not have a budget for development.
They have their roles well stipulated in the constitution.
But then
oversight role.
They need much more than oversight roles.
And that is what the MCAs of Karachuonyo County did.
You see, if we want the development to trickle down, then we must trickle down allocation of funds. Because then you cannot tell me that the governor knows all the challenges affecting his areas, but the MP knows the challenges facing his constituents, and the MCA.
We have the MCAs,
and the MCA knows
who sit in the county assembly, who are very close to the governor. they can walk to the governor's office from the county assembly and tell him, we have this problem in Ward A, we have this problem in Ward B. So the county assembly or the MCAs, for that matter, are the closest to the people, according to the Constitution of Kenya.
True.
Than the MP. So that is the MCA who is more of a county officer.
True.
And connected to the governor, who knows, who is driving development to the people.
But they lack the capacity. For a road to be built in a ward, it must be budgeted for by the county. That's what you are not saying. But then if that amount is budgeted for a ward, then that roads will be built. The MCS has to wait. Also, they have to go through a vote in the county assembly to allocate these funds for specific development. But if we bring this money closer to the people, then they will be able to do this development while not waiting for the county to approve, release funds, and supervise the jobs.
Well, Mr. Felix,
yes.
Away from that conversation, we've done a lot of the conversation about governance and leadership and development projects and all that.
Yeah.
Build up to 2027. The politics around 2027, people are now starting to do early campaigns as what they seem to be. What do you think about 2027, the political realignments in your observation of the politics of the day? We have 92 or something like that weeks to 2027, or barely 2 years.
Is it 2027 is one interesting election.
All right.
Because then the paradigm of the Kenyan election has changed by the Gen Z revolution of last year.
All right.
Then the people have seen that they deserve better. They want better, and they want to be part of the better. So the normal things will not happen where leaders just sprout during the election and they get elected, especially the old generation. I call them the career politicians.
All right.
Who actually brings no development to their areas of electorate. People have woken up and they demand better. That's the good thing, and that's what gives us a chance as youths, because then we have the opportunity, the real-time opportunity to engage these people and sell ourselves to them, because then they will be ready to listen to other people and make their own informed decisions, rather than the political party decisions that has been made before or has been done in previous election. This time people are going to make their own informed decisions. Actually, people have decided that they are going to elect leaders based on what they have done or based on what they are willing to do on the agendas that are providing. And they are going to vet these leaders, especially the career politicians, on what they have done. So if you have done nothing and coming for a re-election 2027, most actually are going they will go home. The people who are in power right now are going home, most of them, in 2027.
Talking about MPs who are going home, we are talking about people who are in the politics of the country through different or various political factions. We have the United Opposition, which comprises of Rigathi Gachagua, PLP leader Martha Karua, DPK Eugene Wamalwa. We have, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, veteran politician in the country. We have new faces in the presidency race, Fred Okengo Matiang'i and Justice David Maraga. We have the new front, or the new position, the Kenya Moja, the third force. We are talking about MPs and leaders from the ruling parties, ODM and UDA. We have the broad-based government, and we have the Kenya Kwanza leaders.
Yes.
These run up to 2027. What does it mean to the status quo, having new political leaders like the new opposition front in the politics, dissenting voices, but they are not in the united opposition, or the opposition that is expected to be fighting for this position in 2027?
It provides a challenge to the status quo.
All right.
However, it also realizes what people have also imagined before, that there comes a time when people decide that they're going to make their own decision and elect the people they want. And now these emerging leaders coming up and campaigning and championing of course, what they call the rights of the citizens or the welfare of the citizens, provides a very vital position to, it bridges the gap between this status quo and these veteran leaders. We have other people who can provide an alternative direction or leadership to the country, which is something interesting, because then we are not sure about the election. Like before, we were sure to say that this sect or this sect. Right now, we have a third force. We call it Kenya Moja. But we have another force called Gen Z, which is a determining factor.
But the third force is talking about, or is talking the language the Gen Zs understand, and they are really shouting behind them or backing them, for that matter.
You see, talking the language of Gen Z is different from the ideologies of the Gen Zs. Gen Zs also know that these people are talking our language just to entice us. You see, we can compare this to the last election that happened yesterday for the Bunge la Wananchi. We had this candidate called Joaquim Simiyu, a very strong one, eloquent. He was on TV, he was everywhere. He was just talking the language of the Gen Z. If you hear what he was saying and these ideologies and what he was putting front, people will see that he would win. But he lost terribly by 90, and there's another got 19 votes, and the winning candidate got 234 votes. That's the difference. People are going to vote not on what you say or who you are, but on what they believe is the best choice, that the best choice for them. That's the difference. People are not going to vote because you are Babu Owino or you are Sifuna or you are Ruto. No, people are going to make that. People are going to search themselves and say, "This is what I believe in. I believe from me is the right decision." That's the problem with the 2027. People are not just going to vote foolishly as they have been doing before. No matter what you say, people have woken up, and you are seeing it.
Well, we have that conviction, and we have that conversation that people are going to vote, to what they really feel they want.
Exactly.
But the positioning of our politics is in regional politics. The people or the backyard of His Excellency the President, Dr. William Ruto, will always back him despite what you've just said. We have people like Rigathi Gachagua who are commanding the population behind them through the Mount Kenya region. So where do we find this balance? Because, these are people who are commanding their own regions, and we have this now conversation that in 2027 we are going to vote for these leaders whom we believe are going to help us. And the people we are talking about here, or the people in this conversation, are the leaders we've known for a long time.
Yeah, you see now your point. You are putting it now very. I'm now understanding it correctly.
Yes.
At the presidential level, it's going to be a bit tricky because of the ethnic-based voting system. But then, at the lower level, from governor to MP, it's going to be different. And that's where people are going to lose their position. But at the president level, people are going to try to mitigate. People are going to compare between two evils or more than three evils, because then we have no good there amongst the candidates.
We are talking about new faces like Dr. Fred Matiang'i. We are talking about David Maraga.
Matiang'i is a greater devil.
What do you mean?
In his reign, you saw many people who died in people were killed in Lake Yala, and actually
it came out clearly that Matiang'i has not been arrested or being prosecuted for anything that happened.
Failure of evidence does not mean the evidence of failure. Absence of evidence does not mean whatever it is. But what I'm trying to say is that Matiang'i, there are videos that Matiang'i said that they will leash raw power, brute force to people who are demonstrating.
The same case, or what the president, Dr. William Ruto did.
Exactly.
And Murkomen, who is on record. Both of them are in record.
So that's what I'm saying. They are all devils. So we're going to choose a lesser one, whom we still don't know. Maraga has an advantage, but then people are saying it's not charming.
Do we need a charming president?
That's the problem. Kenyans need a charming president. So we are in catch-22.
Okiya
Mtata is also boring.
Do we need a hype being or a Gen Z? What do you mean boring?
they're saying actually the voice in the opinion of Gen Z, not Gen Z's people, is that Mutata is good, but it's boring. Like it's not lively. You see, people need someone of presidential nature. Kalonzo would have been a better one.
Maybe don't you think that is what we've been missing to realize developments in the country? Maybe we need a boring president,
but who is serving the interests of the people?
Yes, exactly. That is my point.
That's actually what we need. But then people doesn't see it that way. You see, they have actually
we have Peter Salasya.
It's a joker. But you can see where he ended up. But it's a joker. You see, he started well, but then he has done so many that people are accustomed him as a joker. What he has done on social media or everywhere else. But then he's doing a lot of good development in Mumia East.
Of course, that is visible because
that's visible.
He has done a lot.
Yeah, he could win. He can win the next election. Although it's not guaranteed, but he can win.
As an MP or as a president? We are talking about
as an MP. As an MP, as a president, he still doesn't have the weight, the power, and the capacity.
All right.
Yeah. You see, even to vie for president is not easy. Because then you need at least 5 or 3 maximum helicopters. Then you need around 1 billion campaign budget. Which Kenya campaign budget?
Someone talked about 5 billion.
Something like that, 1 to 5. Depends with your capacity. One at the minimal.
All
Depends,
right.
If you are already a customer like Raila, you need less than 5 billion.
All right.
But if you are coming up like Salasya, then you need that much. But then we need a change. And that's what we are Kenyans are lacking. We are all not united we are united at grassroots levels to effectuate changes at grassroots, but at the national level,
all right,
we still play our tribe thing.
All right.
It's evident in Mount Kenya.
All right.
The Mount Kenya right now are rallying behind Gachagua because he was impeached, and now they cannot see the bad that Gachagua did. They're only seeing that Gachagua is their person and it's their true leader.
All right.
So if they're taking that position, then Kalenjins will also take theirs, and so are Luos and other people, and that's the greatest challenge that the national politics of Kenya experiences.
Lastly, as we wind up this conversation, Mr. Felix,
yes,
and we are talking about national politics and positioning realignments towards 2027. You are in the broad-based government.
Yes, I'm supporting broad-based,
and that is a marriage between ODM and UDA. And of course, UDA comprising of, or we are not talking about UDA, we are talking about Kenya Kwanza coalition. Because we have other parties within that coalition. And the Right Honorable is a very big, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is a big figure within the broad-based government. And it's clear that the deputy president, that is Kithure Kindiki, coming in from Mount Kenya, is a member of UDA party. And UDA forming an alliance with ODM towards 2027. It means a lot to Deputy President Kithure Kindiki candidature as a running mate to President William Ruto if he will be picked. Do you think he will be picked?
It poses a challenge to Kindiki. However, ODM has made it clear several times that they're in this marriage until 2027. Until then, ODM will not support UDA in the forthcoming elections. But as it may be, if they support UDA in 2027, then there will be, I think the coalitions, they will form a coalition. So from the coalition, they will select the best deputy.
Because you're talking about a deputy from ODM party?
No, from a coalition that the ODM and Kenya
a coalition
Kwanza
consists of parties. We have the UDA, Kenya Kwanza, ODM. We have Ford Kenya. For Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly. We have other parties.
True.
Within Kenya Kwanza. So we are talking about a strong running mate for this matter.
The soaring around.
And we have the presence of ODM and UDA. The president is already clear. The presidential candidate is already clear that President William Ruto will be vying for presidency.
You see, Kindiki's running mate tenure was not tied to being a running mate in 2027. That's what we also must know. It was not promised to be picked again. He has to fight for it in 2027, and so are other many people who are expecting to be picked as running mate. And like right now, we have an issue. We have allegations that Wanga might be picked, but then they have to show the power. They have to bring the votes. They have to bring the resources. They have to amass people, bring people together and show that they are capable of being a running mate. You see, it's not like something that is guaranteed that you have to be there, because
it's okay with that.
Yeah,
we have Deputy President William Ruto coming in from UDA.
Yes.
We have Deputy President coming in from UDA.
Yes.
Do you think they will pick, even if Kindiki amasses a large number of votes, and him coming in from the same party as the presidential candidate, and we have ODM, do you think it's still tenable to do that, or is it the right direction? Is it the direction that the coalition will take, the broad-based coalition?
It might be the direction,
because we are trying to find a balance here.
Exactly, we have to find a balance. You see, ODM, like I said, ODM must not support. They don't have to support UDA. You'll find that during the 2027 ODM are not in marriage with UDA. Then that means they also have to find their own. But in case ODM supports UDA...
Remember, ODM has supported UDA to bring stability to the country.
Yes.
In these last 2 years towards elections.
Okay, so what the big difference there will be, will Raila bring his people to support UDA? Then if he does, then Ruto can pick any deputy that he wants. Then because if Raila supporters then decide that they're going to support Ruto,
all right,
then that means that Ruto will have the support from the Nyanza region. That means he doesn't have to get deputy from there, because then he has support which has been bestowed upon him. So what he will do is to find another region that he has minimal support from. Let's say Mount Kenya, which he surely do have a minimal support,
okay,
and get a deputy from there. That's the only formidable scenario I can see, because then for Nyanza to support Ruto again, then he has to provide other positions to ODM, which will be cabinet positions. So if he does that, gives ODM maybe 10 positions, then the ODM can support him and his deputy that he will choose from a party of his own interest. That will
mean a lot to that deputy president coming in, because the president himself has his own backyard,
exactly,
to make sure that they also have positions,
his votes,
because we are talking this in the wake of what the former deputy president actually said, that it is always a matter of shareholding and all matters of things, because him being in as a deputy president coming in from Mount Kenya region, according to him, he struck a deal with President William Ruto, and now the president is in a marriage with ODM leader Raila Amolo Odinga, and we've seen leaders from that party coming in, especially leaders from the Nyanza region. They've been given positions. Anyway, away from that, 2027 is coming in very fast, and we have the western region of Kenya alienating itself a lot from ODM party.
Let's say parties forming in western Kenya. That's how it should be. Tribal parties forming in western Kenya. Western Kenya is ODM. This is the ODM had a nomination in Busia.
Those tribal parties you're saying are going to have MPs, governors, MCAs,
which is very minimal,
elected in those tribal parties, and not ODM as it is supposed to be, or is usually.
That's what we assume, but that's not the case. ODM had a party election in Busia yesterday, and many people came up. People came up for that party primaries.
Okay.
ODM still has a stronghold in Western, and actually, the ODM's biggest opportunity in Western is that Western is not united. They're still divided. Every Western has a lot of sub-tribes. These sub-tribes, that most of the time, they politically or even culturally, they do not enter. They don't have that well integration among themselves. Right? Salasia and this party, or Eugene Wamalwa and Atemba. You see, there are wrangles in DAP Kenya already at this moment. Now, if 2027 comes, there will be bigger wrangles, and that's where that's the opening opportunity for ODM, because ODM is one and is united with a small number of people, and with these all small parties championing also the other candidates. ODM will win a bigger percent of the pie. So the problem with Western is there is unity, which is advantage to ODM. So until then, ODM will still rule Western. Even at the moment, ODM leads with a number of political positions, despite the speaker and the prime cabinet secretary coming from those areas, and they took a lot of campaigns using government resources in the last general election, and ODM still won.
All right, Mr. Felix, I think we've had a very good conversation, and good luck in your candidature towards the 2027 general elections. To the people of Karachuonyo, your parting shot?
To Karachuonyo people, you see your next leader, by the way. I have seen the future. I have seen 2027. It is for us. And for me, I am putting the Karachuonyo first agenda. That's people first, yes. Development first, women first, youth first, everything first. Karachuonyo must be great again. And to be great again, we must all register as voters. Come 29th of September 2025, we have to register, mobilize ourselves, and take part in the political process, because you know what, this time it is for youth, and as your leader, I'm not going to let you down, because then I'm going to show you what real leadership is. Thank you very much. Continue following us on social media at Karachuonyo First, and we're going to engage much more from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Felix, for making time with us here on Touch TV. And of course, right there on Touch TV, Shadows of Power, we now take a break. And of course, the next broadcast will be coming here, and of course, having these conversations each and every time, conversations that matter to the common mwananchi. We are talking about politics, governance, and general matters of national interest. Talk about education, matters of national security, and of course, general matters that matter to the common mwananchi. My name is Tobiko Timothy. Up until next time, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Let's know what you think right there in the comment section. And of course, in the build-up to the 2027 general elections, we'll keep on having these conversations here on Touch TV Kenya. Have a lovely watching.
Touch TV, inspiring the world.